Ryan, you've had a real whirlwind of a hockey year, not only with your NHL team, but also at the Olympics.
Sorry.
That's okay. Talk a little bit about what it's been like now all of a sudden culminating here in Vegas with the awards.
It's definitely been a fun year. It's fun to play with the boys in Buffalo. We thought we had a strong regular season. Unfortunately, the playoffs didn't go our way, but I think we really built something up there where we can get back to believing we can win night in, night out. It's not just let's see what happens. It's really we believe we can go win a game. And going into the Olympics, just a lot of fun. Different group of guys, world-class tournament, a lot of excitement, a lot of guys on the team with something to prove, and the fact that we went out there and set a great tone for USA Hockey, I think we're all very proud. So to be a part of some highs and some lows, it's overall a great year.
You obviously played a ton of hockey and would love to go further in the playoffs, but you've been able to at least kick back and relax a little bit here after the postseason came to an end for your squad.
Once Chicago sealed the game in overtime, I was able to relax. Like hockey's finally over. You don't ever really feel completely relaxed when you think you should be playing. And it was definitely a huge disappointment not to continue further on into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance at the Stanley Cup. Because, the opportunity doesn't come along too often, and I felt like we had a talented team. We had a few hiccups there in the postseason that ultimately led us to our demise, but it's something where I think we can build and be positive for next year. So that's fun.
As a young goalie growing up, did you ever wonder what it would be like to win a Vezina trophy? Did you pay attention to the awards as a kid growing up?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's something that's when you're growing up, you obviously dream about it because you're going to be recognized as an elite goaltender in the National Hockey League, and that was a goal of mine from a young age to play in the National Hockey League. And when I do things, I always want to do it in the very best way. And I've been working really hard to get to this situation, but it just kind of comes with a blend of putting in the time and also having the people around me. I have a solid team, I have great management and coaching staff that's been around me since they drafted me. So it's been quite a process when you look at it like that, and it's been a lot of fun. And the people around me, like family, friends, and longtime goalie coach and sports psychologist, and athletic trainers, your siblings, your girlfriend, all the things that kind of go into making you a complete person. That's kind of why I think I had a strong showing this year.
Ryan, sorry if you've been asked this already, but the changes to goaltending equipment, how's it going to affect you, and how much input do the other goalies have with you on the competition committee?
We left everything open to discussion. There's a lot of emails going around with a group of guys, and the discussion, the only way it couldn't go is we can't do this because the proportional concept was agreed upon years ago within a very fun little political vote where you group everything together, you pass it through, and then all of a sudden you have to be accountable to that vote. So, goaltending pads were part of that, and I think we did the best job we could to put a rule in place that's fair, but also it eliminates some of the guys who probably play a little too much padding into the 5-hole, with the ability to keep the legs further apart or fill in space where I think the league's main concern and some of the other guys was that guys were just filling space where they didn't have to make a true save skill. They could just put a piece of padding in the way. They didn't have to put a piece of their body in the way. So we're trying to just trim it back a little bit. Obviously there's still goaltending's involved, and we tried to do the best job we could. It's actually very difficult trying to put a rule together that doesn't have a bunch of loopholes or is something that completely detracts from the evolution of goaltending, which I'm sorry to say that when they instituted the 38-inch pad cap years ago, you had a generation of goaltenders building the game around it, building up to it. So now we have to make a change. We have to do it the right way. We had to think about it and put time into it, and it's still something that we have to see how it's going to affect everyone.
So some goalies won't have 30 inches.
some guys can go higher. I mean, it's truly has to be proportional. If it's the cap and it's proportional, it doesn't make sense.
So you see goalies getting taller through the years?
That's the one thing that I would encourage the league to truly think about. From our perspective, we feel that they want goalies to make saves and be athletic. Our argument then becomes, well, you're just going to then have teams drafting guys who can wear bigger stuff. So it's a very fine line, and hopefully as this rule is applied, we can. I hope we don't have to tweak it, but it's definitely going to have an impact on goaltending. I don't think it'll have as big an impact because we're smart and adapt, but there's going to be some impact.
How was your transition back to the regular season after the Olympics?
A little tough at times. It was an emotional high, and coming off that, you tend to come down a bit. But I tried to prepare for that, and for the most part, I thought I handled it pretty well. I had a lot of help from people around me and teammates, and coaching staff was very understanding that there's going to be practice days where I need to be less on the ice, and there's going to be days where I just need a day off, and just having open discussion with Lindy about when my body felt tired or my brain felt tired, how to find rest or seek out rest, or just change it up. One day I just threw the forward skates on, threw passes to Drew Stafford, just change things up, do something different.
Thank you.